Hey, all right, time now for some Celebrity Dish on this Friday. Leah's Lemonade host, Leah Henry, is here. What's up, Leah?
Hey, y'all. Good morning.
How you doing?
Good to see you.
All right, you ready to kick it off?
Let's go.
All right, let's talk money here. Let's kick it off with this. Dr. Dre continues to recover from that brain aneurysm that he suffered, but we're learning that he agreed to give his estranged wife, Nicole Young, $2 million in temporary spousal support. Sources say the payment will be a one-time thing. Young initially requested for $2 million a month. The rap legend was giving her close to $300,000 in support. Nicole filed for a divorce last summer. So, that $2 million, what you think?
Listen, it takes a near-death experience for folks to do right. I mean, listen, I'm not saying that the money she was asking for was necessarily necessary to live, because, I mean, the girl is getting $200,000 a month, more than what people make in a year in 1 month. So she's not hurting, but listen, Dr. Dre is notorious, and I hate to say this because he's a legend, but he's known for abusing women. I think about time.
Yeah.
I'm pulling for her. I don't know all the details, but it's what Leah mentioned as well as far as his history, but also, you know, like, she raised his kids. They've been together for a couple decades. You're married. You've been together with your wife for almost a couple decades. You know the trials. You ain't got it. That's why.
Exactly. Facts.
But
Facts.
she should get half of what you make. Listen, I'm just saying. Yes, I'm rooting for your wife too, but I do want y'all to stay together.
I'm rooting for it too.
All I'm saying is that a marriage goes through trials and tribulations. A wife holds him down just because she ain't making the money. She is in a way holding him down and helping him make that money. So I'm rooting for her.
Lifestyle.
I do hope, and I do hope that they reach some kind of compromise, though, because obviously it's taking a toll on them, whether, you know, health-wise or mentally. I hope they can come to some agreement.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so.
Yeah.
All right. How about this? Now to a developing story. The baby's shopping spree on Rodeo Drive got cut short Thursday when Beverly Hills cops arrested him on a gun charge. So what happened here, producer Chris?
Wisdom, this was either a case of being in the right place at the right time or the wrong place at the wrong time, depending on whose perspective you're coming at it from. Because our friends over at TMZ were literally talking to the rapper, sitting in his car as he had just left the Montclair store when the fuzz showed up. So they got the entire thing on tape. We have a screen grab of that video. If you take a look at it, it shows the police detaining the baby outside of the store. Police told TMZ that someone inside the store called to report the baby and his crew had weapons when they showed up. Later in the video, you can see a cop searching the baby's car and pulling out a loaded handgun. TMZ says the baby now faces a misdemeanor charge. I watched the entire 3-minute video on their website, and I'll be honest with you, he didn't seem too fazed by the entire thing. There's one scene where he's in handcuffs dancing on the sidewalk. He's had some trouble with the law before in his past, but he's riding high right now, so I hope he gets this stuff together.
Well, I think that people also forget in 2018, the baby got a lot of notoriety because he actually murdered somebody carrying a gun in Walmart. Someone tried to come kill him in Walmart with his baby mama and his daughter at the time, and he killed them. So first of all, the baby carrying weapons after someone tried to kill you is not a surprise to me. What is the surprise to me is the fact that the police did detain his whole crew, but the baby was the only one who got actually arrested and pressed with charges. So I'm confused. If I'm paying all this money for a security team, I'm sorry, but part of that contract is going to say, somebody's taking these cases for me. I'm not taking it. What's the point of having security if no one's ever going to take the charge but him? He gets arrested in almost every major city he's in.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know that about him. I didn't know he had all that going on.
Yeah, so it was a case of self-defense, I think, is what he claimed after that. So. All right, guys, let's talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac now, because we've got a couple updates for you. So we're going to see more Robyn Dixon on the show, like it or not, because she says, contrary to speculation, she was not fired from the series. So people were wondering ever since Dixon posted a message thanking fans for tuning in to the past season. But Robyn says don't get too excited because she's not going anywhere. As we told you before, though, co-star Monique Samuels is gone for the show. I'm going to put you all on the spot now. We know they're possibly casting 2 new spots on the show, which means someone else might be leaving if they're not just adding a new cast member. So if you had to pick one to go, who would it be?
Leah?
I'm going to say it's either going to be Wendy Osefo or it's going to be Robyn, because just from the Twitter commentary, a lot of people think that Robyn's storyline is boring, and it was rumored that she was actually turning into a friend of a show instead of the housewife. So I know where that rumor started, but I know a lot of people online are tired of Wendy talking about how many degrees she has. So those are my two picks.
What do you think?
I don't know, because the storyline of Robyn and Juan getting married.
Happy ending.
Yeah,
Right.
that's a new storyline, so you can milk that. Here's what I think they may be doing. I'm not sure, but if you're bringing in 2 new cast members to add to the show while you're coming off the highest ratings that you've had since you've been in existence, maybe it's possible that you're adding these 2 new people to start off in the background to see how this particular season goes with all the storylines here. And then after this season, then you shuffle the deck a little bit and to see how everything plays out based on who you were able to bring in. So that's my take on the whole thing.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, just to have some backups, just in case it doesn't go like you want it to go.
Here's the thing, real quick. I'm terrible at this because this whole time I'm like, I like Robyn. She's cool. She's laid back. And I'm like, no, that's a problem.
Yeah.
You need to be interesting and cause drama. But I do think that given what happened last season and the ratings that they got, maybe you need 2 people, right? One to replace, another as an addition to up the ante. Because, I mean, you've got to figure out a way to keep things interesting given the high that we just came off of with this last season.
Well, and you got to think about it. Monique and Candace's fight was the biggest thing in any housewife franchise history.
Yeah.
And they were technically not OGs. They were brought on a year or 2 ago. So, I mean, maybe adding an addition might spice things up again.
Yeah. All right. We'll have to see.
Thanks,
Chris, thank you. Next up, an actress on Netflix's hit show Bridgerton clapped back at critics of its diverse casting. Nicole Coughlin plays Penelope Featherington on the show, and she took to Twitter to address naysayers. She retweeted a tweet from the Netflix account that said, in its first 4 weeks, Bridgerton is projected to court more than 63 million households. She commented, you know the way some people were like, diversity in a period drama doesn't work? Well, 63 million households thought it did, though. So she followed that tweet up with, remember people were trying to downvote the show on IMDb because it was so diverse? You can't downvote us being Netflix's 5th biggest original release ever. And if there was a mic, she'd be dropping it right now.
Hard.
Yeah, she sure did.
Okay.
Love
That's
to
how
see
you
it.
clear a room out.
Yeah. Shonda Rhimes is like, yes, girl, because Shonda's all about that. All right, we do actually have a really big announcement. Speaking of Bridgerton, you heard the drum roll there. Y'all ready?
I'm ready.
It's the big Bridgerton announcement.
Okay.
Coming up next week on Good Day at 10 the Duke and Duchess, Ray J. Jean Page and Phoebe DeNever will be joining us live on Monday. And later next week, Lady Danbury herself will also be joining us live. We have so much to talk about, so many questions, commentary, but I have a feeling we love the ladies, but a lot of the ladies really, really love Mr. Page himself. So send me your questions. Hashtag GoodDayDC. Leah, do you watch the show first off?
Okay, so I watch you guys every morning, and I've seen the conversations. I have not watched it yet.
What?
And I'm not going to lie to you. I have to be honest. Everybody's going crazy over the guy. But because I haven't watched the show, I don't get the appeal yet. So check back with me. I'm going to do my homework, and I'm going to come back. But the way he was licking that spoon, I kind of saw what y'all were talking about.
Girl, he is fine. So if y'all have any questions, let me know. I'd be happy to answer them. That's if I'm not stuttering my way through the interview. Wisdom, you got any questions? Do you want him to teach you? Never mind. It's fine. That's the whole thing. I was going to talk about the spoon, but you don't want any help. Wisdom's pride won't let him ask for help.
I'm going to join you, Leah. I'm going to do some homework as well. I have not seen the show, so I'll try make an attempt to watch. Yeah.
He knows about a spoon.
Yeah.
A spoon and a lot of other things. All right, Leah, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Bye, Leah.
We're trying to keep our jobs this morning.